chair, our chair has had something come up with her family. I'm sure we all hope it's something good. So let's call the meeting to order and do roll call.
All right, thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioner Anaya.
Here.
Vice Chair Arton.
Present.
Commissioner Chasen. Commissioner Chasen. Commissioner Kate Clark.
Present.
Commissioner Cinnamon Clark.
Commissioner present.
Commissioner De Los Rios. Commissioner Desert. Commissioner Elliot Santos. Commissioner Evans. Commissioner Farouk. Commissioner Fowler.
Present.
Commissioner Garcia.
Present.
Commissioner Gillies. Commissioner Griffith Jones.
Present.
Commissioner Hussain. Commissioner Hodges.
Present.
Commissioner Ismail.
Present.
Commissioner Corey. Commissioner Legaspi. Commissioner Murray Ramirez.
Present.
Chair Nash is absent. Commissioner Perez.
Present.
Commissioner Ray.
Present.
Sheriff Ray. Commissioner Roberts.
Present, sir.
Commissioner District Attorney Summer Stephan.
Present. Thank you.
Commissioner Villaforte.
Present.
All right, moving on to our first item on the agenda.
Is that the Juneteenth and Pride Month?
It's actually not. Our Chair Nash wanted us to make sure we start the meeting moving forward with the rules of order and the commission's mission. So with that being said, I can go ahead and read the rules of order. If you'll give me 1 second.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Is Commissioner Santos on yet? No.
Yeah, I don't see her on. Naraz, could you double check and confirm and let us know if she is? Okay, she's not on just yet. So I'll go ahead and read the rules of order. And for brevity, I'm not going to read through the county's policy regarding discrimination and harassment or the chair's roles as outlined in the rules of orders for violating those rules of order. In order to maintain order in the meeting to ensure all matters on the agenda can be addressed and all voices have the opportunity to be heard, the commission adopts the following rules of order. Arrive to the meeting on time, having read the agenda materials. Be respectful of others who are speaking. Remain on mute until it is your turn to speak and avoid interrupting others. Raise your hand to be called on by the chair. Do not speak until called on by the chair. Refrain from discriminating and harassing remarks. Definition of discriminating and harassing remarks includes legally protected speech in a board meeting that disparages an individual or group based on their perceived race, religion, sexual orientation, ethnicity, gender, disability, etc., or other hate speech, but does not rise to the level of a criminal threat or inciting violence. A commissioner may abstain from voting on a matter. If a commissioner abstains from voting on a matter, the commissioner shall not be required to state the basis for their abstention. Each commissioner will be allowed no more than 3 minutes of time to speak on an item and those who have not spoken will be given an opportunity to speak before anyone who has previously spoken on the agenda item. The chair may mute commissioners who repeatedly violate the 3-minute time limit. Keep the discussion focused on the agenda item. Do not use the chat function for any discussion. The chat function should only be used to announce your arrival or departure from the meeting, or if you are having IT problems. Be clear when making a motion or taking an action. For example, I, commission member's name, make a motion to adopt the staff recommendation. Commission member's name, second that motion. Commissioner correspondence regarding agenda items will be distributed to the commission on the Monday before the meeting and will be posted onto the commission webpage. The chair will adjourn the meeting promptly at the designated stopping time. Any item on the agenda which has not been fully discussed or heard will carry over to the next commission meeting. And here's the mission of the commission: to promote positive human relations, respect, and the integrity of every individual, regardless of race, gender, religion, culture, ethnicity, sexual orientation, age, national origin, disability, or citizenship status.
Thank you, Andrew. So now is Commissioner Fowler on present?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. Before I call on Commissioner Fowler, we're going to give a 2-minute, 3-minute presentation on Juneteenth and Pride Month. I want to acknowledge Vanessa Green. There was the first raising of the Juneteenth flag at the county by our chair, Nathan Fletcher, and Vanessa Green was one of the speakers, as well as our chair. And both of them gave great remarks. And I want to thank Vanessa and acknowledge that our chair were part of the ceremony. I also attended the raising of the flag. Ours at the county was the first one. This was the second annual one, was at the Educational County building. And then that night was, and I urge you all to try to stop by an exhibit. It's there till September. It's called The Buses Are Coming. It is about the Freedom Riders. It's downtown, and the exhibit, as I said, will be going till September. Commissioner Fowler, if you would like to speak on Juneteenth.
Thank you. Thank you to my fellow commissioners today and to the members of the public, and more importantly to the county staff and to Chair Nathan Fletcher for the local holiday that we have. The County of San Diego is one of the first local, and I believe the only local organization in county government to enact a holiday immediately upon President Joe Biden's signature. So I hope that everyone had a wonderful holiday yesterday and had a chance to reflect on the history of it. Around the country, we've had women, mostly around the country, that led the effort privately in their families for many years to commemorate the holiday, because enslaved people in Texas were enslaved up to 2 years after President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. And President Lincoln had to send out a federal general to go out and inform the people in Texas that in Galveston particularly, that they were free. Emancipation Proclamation. I wasn't around then, and I don't think anyone on the call was, but locally, we've had a family here locally in San Diego, the Cooper family, that have for years have been celebrating it, and there's been families all around the country that have been doing that for years, having their own private celebration, and also working hard behind the scenes to make sure that there, at some point, became a national or federal recognized holiday, and that's what we're on the beginning of seeing that done throughout the country. I believe it's going to be a federal holiday next year, and I believe Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, is working on it to be a state holiday. So I look forward to that effort, and I hope that everyone recognizes that it's a great holiday. We shouldn't have to give up. I used to work for the city of San Diego. The city of San Diego have not recognized it as a holiday yet. They're negotiating with the bargaining units to see if they're going to give up something. We shouldn't have to give up something to recognize this holiday. So I just think that Thank you for the recognition for Chair Nash and county staff that enacted this holiday right away. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Commissioner Fowler. And it was good that you acknowledged the Cooper family, who you're correct has been hosting this for decades. And I understand they had a great celebration on this past Sunday. Now I'm going to give a presentation on Pride. As many of you know, this is Pride Month across the United States, as also proclaimed by the President Biden. There are now Pride parades and events all over the world, all of them observing a 3-day riot in New York City in June of 1969 at a gay bar, the Stonewall Inn. This annual celebration is in honor of a riot against police brutality when LGBTQ people fought back. It's interesting to note that the two most famous heroes from that riot in 1969 were two drag queens transgender of color, Marsha P. Johnson, who was African American, and Sylvia Rivera, who was Puerto Rican. There are now statues and parks named after these two individuals in New York. In 1974, Vietnam veteran Jess Jessup and ACLU attorney Tom Homan and I went down to the San Diego Police Department to try to get a permit for our own city's first Pride March parade. The sergeant at the desk, and I quote, said, "There will never be a gay pride parade in San Diego," and refused to issue a permit. We marched anyway, so we considered that the beginning of our first Pride parade was in 1974. ACLU attorney Tom Homan threatened to sue the city if we did not get a permit. In the next year, 1975, was the first parade issued. It's interesting also to note that the sergeant of the desk said if we didn't leave immediately, we would be arrested. You see, homosexuality in California was illegal in this state until 1976. And with a stroke of a pen, with the signature of either a judge or your parents, gay men and lesbians could and were committed to state hospitals. Many were subjected to lobotomies and electric shock treatment just because they chose of who they chose to love. I knew many of them that returned from these hospitals, and they were never the same. This went on in California till 1976. My co-founders of San Diego Pride, Tom Homan and Jess Jessup, died of AIDS in the 1980s. Today, San Diego's LGBT community Pride Parade is the largest parade in San Diego, attracting at times over 300,000 people to the parade and festival. San Diego Pride also hosts special events, Black Pride, Latino Pride, a Youth Pride, and a Pride event for Asian Pacific Islanders. Also, there's an interfaith Pride services. It kicks off Pride at St. Paul's Cathedral. We also have the largest active military and LGBTQ veterans contingent in the country. San Diego Pride now has over 40 community programs, and our current executive director is Fernando Lopez, and everyone is always welcome to Pride. Thank you. All right, now we'll move on to item number 5, the teleconferencing meeting option. Andrew?
Thank you, Vice Chair. And as our monthly teleconference motion is on the screen, this is a motion that we have to take every month that we meet to continue to meet virtually. And this is the motion that we'll need to vote on pursuant to Government Code Section 54953. A motion to, 1, find on behalf of itself and all committees, the commission has considered the circumstances of the state of emergency, and state and local officials continue to recommend measures to promote social distancing and direct the chair to review and make the required determinations as applicable to allow the commission to meet remotely at least every 30 days.
I make the
And-
motion.
Okay, motion made by Commissioner Roberts,
Second.
Second.
seconded by Commissioner Fowler. We'll take the vote. Commissioner Anaya,
Aye.
Commissioner Vice Chair Arton,
Aye.
Commissioner Chasen, Commissioner Kate Clark,
Aye.
Commissioner Cinnamon Clark,
Aye.
Commissioner De Los Rios, Commissioner Desert, Commissioner Elliott Santos, Commissioner Evans,
Aye.
Commissioner Farouk, Commissioner Fowler,
Aye.
Commissioner Garcias, Commissioner Garcias,
Aye.
Commissioner Gillies, Commissioner Griffin Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Hassan, Commissioner Hodges,
Aye.
Commissioner Ismail,
Aye.
Mr. Corey, Commissioner Legaspi, Commissioner Murray Ramirez,
Aye.
Chair Nash, Commissioner Perez,
Aye.
Sheriff Ray,
Aye.
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
District Attorney Summer Stephan,
Aye.
Commissioner Villaforte.
Aye.
All right, Vice Chair, that motion passes with all those present voting yes.
All right, thank you. Now we're moving on to public comment. Do we have anyone? Andrew?
And Naraz, did we have any submissions for public comment this time?
No public comment.
Okay, thank you. We do have one member of the public with their hand raised that wishes to speak. We can allow them 2 minutes. We have Francine Maxwell.
Ms. Maxwell?
Good morning. Thank you so much. Francine Maxwell, Southeastern San Diego. I wanted to just say thank you to the commissioners because your volunteerism on subcommittees. I did not know that many commissioners also serve on the City of San Diego HRC. And so that's extra time that you donate to make our region a better place. And so I just wanted to come to say thank you. And I look forward to some joint things possibly happening with the county HRC and the city HRC as it pertains to hate crimes. As you know, those numbers were on an uptake, and African Americans stand at the top of the data as it pertains to hate crimes in the county. So I look forward to the HRC of the county collaborating with the HRC for the city of San Diego, and let's do some town halls together. Let's get the information out so that people can be driven to the website of our district attorney and report more things. A lot of people are seeing something, they're not saying anything, and we want to make sure that people know that they can go to the website and fill out a form and get more information. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you for your comments. We appreciate them. Let us now move on to subcommittee updates. First, we'll start off with the annual awards committee. Doesn't Chair Nash chairs that also?
She does, and that committee has not begun meeting yet. So once they begin meeting, I'm sure they'll have updates. I think they're scheduled
right.
to meet sometime this month.
All right, thank you. Next up is communications.
And
Who
anyone
chairs
that
that?
wants to share. There's not a chair for that one. I believe they I know Chair Nash is on that one, but I'm not sure. I don't believe they have any updates to share as well. We can.
All
move
right.
on.
Legislative committee. If someone serves on any of these committees and you want to give us some input, a report, please feel free to do so.
And I know Vice Chair Arton is the chair of this one, but she is mobile, so she may not be able to speak at the moment.
All right, thank you. Policies and procedures. Policies and procedures, do we have anyone? Public safety.
I know Estela de los Rios normally chairs this one, and she is not on the call today.
Youth, the youth committee.
I can give a brief update. This is Commissioner Villaforte. Unfortunately, it
Thank
sounds
you.
like Commissioner Chasen is graduating from high school and moving out of the San Diego region, which puts the youth committee at a bit of a standstill. We didn't meet quorum last time, and so our timeline to create this youth summit next year is in a little bit of jeopardy. So I would encourage commissioners to think about joining the youth subcommittee to help steward things along, as well as finding ways of filling those youth commission seats so that we can have actual youth voices steer the youth committee. Thanks.
Thank you. If any commissioners have any nominees, please feel free to and do contact our chair for your nominees for our youth committee. Thank you. Ad hoc strategic planning.
And before we go to that, I do see Commissioner Perez's hand up. Did you want to speak to any of those, Commissioner Perez? Apologize.
No, actually, Commissioner Roberts had her hand up first. I just have a
Okay.
comment to make, but I can wait till the end of the meeting, or it doesn't pertain to any of these items.
Gotcha. Commissioner Roberts, apologies. You have your hand up? Okay. Commissioner Garcias?
Yes, I I apologize. For the Policies and Procedures Committee, we had talked about having a possibly public workshop or public forum, give the community an opportunity to ask questions regarding the things happening at the Sheriff's Department. And it was going to be an opportunity for us to maybe start facilitating public input. And so that was one of our last topics at the meeting we had, I believe it was last week. So we're still in the process of setting that up.
All right, thank you. Are there any other commissioners that want to speak on about any of these committees? Andrew?
Seeing none at the moment, I think we're good on our subcommittee updates.
All right, thank you. I appreciate all of you understanding that I'm on phone and not on being able to see all of you. All right, meeting dates and time for July off. Oh, so we have July off.
That's correct. So this item was, we wanted to put this on the agenda, by our Chair Nash wanted to, because she wanted to really start talking about the potential to meet in person or have a hybrid meeting sometime this year before the end of the year, since we haven't had an opportunity, or you all haven't had an opportunity to meet in person. So what she was hoping to do is to have a hybrid meeting in September of this year. And since she's not on the call, I don't want us to maybe take any action until we confirm with her that that's still her thoughts. But up to this commission if you want to discuss what that could potentially look like. And also we did note on the agenda that July was already scheduled to be off unless there was any need to meet during the month of July. So for your
Andrew,
Thank you.
sorry. We will need to meet
in July just to vote on the teleconferencing, we do need to meet every 30 days. So if it's a special meeting for that, then we should do that.
Well, one of the things we did, Smith, and we could talk about this too, is that we had sent a letter in the instance that we weren't able to meet, and but we could talk about that. That's something we've done in the past when the time was longer than 30 days that we had to meet. So we could talk about that.
All right. If there's no other input, we'll move on to item number 9, the California Association of Human Relations Organization, that's CAIRO. It is the state organization of commissions in the other cities within California, Los Angeles, Palm Springs, so forth, that meet. So do we have any membership or representative on this, on the California State Association of Human Relations, Andrew?
We do not, and the chair wanted us to discuss, or wanted you all to discuss membership, and if there was any objections to us becoming a member of the statewide association. I believe there's some benefits of just having that network of HRCs to kind of collaborate with and learn more about their process and where they are in their journey along kind of establishing this. So the chair wanted us to kind of discuss and just let you know that the resource is there, and make sure there was no objection to joining the statewide association.
Can we make a motion to join?
As I remember, I brought this up because I've been obviously aware of this statewide. I thought we were already a member. So I gather we were not a member.
This is Commissioner Evans. I was under the impression that we were going to join and that we had actually went ahead and voted. It should be in the records that we had voted to join.
Yes, I recall that also. I thought we were. I think we just didn't select representatives to it. Commissioner Roberts, did you want to say something?
No, I had my hand up for the last motion, and I removed it.
Okay. So Andrew, I believe we did vote. If we could look up the minutes later on, that we did vote to join CAIRO. Obviously, it's a very important organization, and we learn what each commission is doing and get some great ideas. And my understanding is that since the epidemic, they used to meet in person, but obviously they don't and continue. But we definitely should have representation on that, being the second largest city in the state. Maybe what we should do, suggest, and commissioners should give me some input of our next meeting, we elect representatives to this statewide organization. And that if any of you are interested in being a representative, contact our chair. Does that sound good?
Yeah, Commissioner Evans speaking. Does that need to be a motion?
No, because I think that we did already vote on it, on joining. What I remember is that we voted to join, but we never elected or voted on representation. I think there is a representative and a two, or a one and an alternate, but so we could do that at our next meeting. And any of you that are interested, and it does, when you start meeting in person, which I believe what I last heard they are, you do travel, different cities hosted. So one day San Diego's, we would host the statewide meeting in person, but I do believe they're not in person right now.
Okay.
All right, if there, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. if we're traveling, is there reimbursement for travel?
Well, I do believe I can only give you my experience on the citywide. There was, I think there would be, and there should be, but I think Andrew, we would have to check up on this and you'd get back to us at our next meeting. Or probably inform the commissioners about that, because that could stop some commissioners coming forward. So Andrew, if you could please check if the statewide meetings concerning travel expenses, hotels, so forth, if that is possible to be paid by the county.
Yep, we will definitely look into that for you, and I'll get back to you prior to the next meeting.
All right, thank you. All right, the next, actually, there were 3 items. The next were proposals that I would like this commission to vote on and support. There is and that is to take a vote supporting the current campaign to get a permanent museum on the Holocaust in San Diego County. It definitely long overdue. Almost every major city has one. And my understanding that people, even youth, take bus trips to Los Angeles, which is the nearest Holocaust museum. I think you're all aware that every public poll on the Holocaust, sadly, the number grows of people that don't believe there was even a Holocaust. So there is a campaign and a movement to establish a Holocaust museum in San Diego County. And I think it would be great if this commission would give their support and take a stand on this.
Commissioner Nicole Ramirez, I would like to make a motion to support for our commission to support the establishment of a permanent museum on Holocaust in San Diego County. In 8th grade, my teacher, Mr. Howard, who is Jewish, he took all of us who went to the Proy School UCSD to the museum in Los Angeles. And, you know, coupled with that experience, as well as being raised by my mom to know that the Holocaust happened, that it was something that that was terrible and something that we can't forget as a folks who survived collective harm and pain. So, so yeah, I would like to make that motion.
Second.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Roberts, did you second?
No, Commissioner Hodges.
And we
Oh,
also have-
okay.
I'm sorry, I
So
saw a couple
Commissioner,
other hands up.
so who's second? Commissioner Hodges?
Yes.
All right. All right, so we have a second motion on it. So I guess we'll take a vote, Andrew.
I'll call the roll. Commissioner Anaya,
Aye.
Vice Chair Arton,
Aye.
Commissioner Chasen, Commissioner Kate Clark,
Aye.
Commissioner Cinnamon Clark,
Aye.
Commissioner De Los Rios, Commissioner Desert, Commissioner Elliott Santos, Commissioner Evans,
Aye.
Commissioner Farouk, Commissioner Fowler,
Aye.
Commissioner Garcias,
Aye.
Commissioner Garcias,
Aye.
Commissioner Gillies, Commissioner Griffin Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Hussain, Commissioner Hodges,
Aye.
Commissioner Ismail,
Aye.
Commissioner Corey, Commissioner Legaspi, Commissioner Murray Ramirez,
Aye.
Chair Nash, Commissioner Perez,
Aye.
Sheriff Ray,
Aye.
Commissioner Roberts,
Aye.
District Attorney Summer Stephan,
Aye.
Commissioner Villaforte.
Aye.
right, Vice Chair, that motion passes with all members present voting yes.
Thank you for that unanimous vote. I think it's a very important one. My second proposal is for us to take a stand on, I'm sure all of you remember the civil rights icon, Congressman John Lewis. And in Alabama, that famous bridge that he was beaten up, among other African-American civil rights activists. Currently in Alabama, there is a campaign. In fact, one of the houses of the state legislation voted to change the name. It hasn't gone through, but I think it's important that San Diego, that we take stands on these important things, even those that are not in our state. Obviously, the campaign to change the bridge to John Lewis Bridge is getting support from around the country. And I think it would be great that we go on record to support the renaming of the bridge in honor of Congressman John Lewis. So
Commissioner Roberts would make that motion.
Who made the motion?
Commissioner Roberts would make that motion.
All right, thank you. Is there a
Commissioner Griffin Jones, second.
Okay,
And
so
we have-
Commissioner Summers seconds it. Is that, am I correct?
That was Commissioner Griffin Jones seconded. We had a motion
No.
by Commissioner Roberts,
All right.
Commissioner Griffin Jones with the second.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll
And we
take a
also-
vote, Andrew.
Can we have
We
a
also have a
What?
couple of,
have a
we have a
comment?
couple of hands up. Yeah, we have Commissioner
Oh,
Hodges and
I'm sorry.
Commissioner Evans.
Okay,
Commissioner Hodges?
I didn't, it should have went down last time.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Evans?
My only concern is I think the bridge should have a more universal name. I realize and I recognize and I was in the area that John Lewis, as many others, were beaten. And I think we need to recognize, give it a more universal name so that all people who cross that bridge will be honored.
all right. Thank you. Is there any more comments, Andrew?
Yes, we have Commissioner Griffin Jones.
All righty.
Did you lower your hand, Christina? Okay.
Yeah, I lowered my hand.
Okay. There are no other members wishing to speak.
All righty. We could take a vote.
We'll call the vote. Commissioner Anaya,
Aye.
Commissioner Arton,
Aye.
Commissioner Chasen, Commissioner Clark,
Aye.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Cinnamon Clark,
Commissioner Cinnamon Clark.
Commissioner De Los Rios, Commissioner Desert, Commissioner Elliott Santos, Commissioner Evans,
Abstain.
Commissioner Farouk, Commissioner Fowler,
Aye.
Commissioner Garcias,
Aye.
Commissioner Gillies, Commissioner Griffin Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Hussain, Commissioner Hodges,
Although I agree regarding the John Lewis name, but I kind of agree with Commissioner Evans as well. So I abstain.
Commissioner Ismail,
Aye.
Commissioner Corey, Commissioner Legaspi, Commissioner Murray Ramirez,
Aye.
Chair Nash, Commissioner Perez,
Abstain with the same thoughts as Commissioner Evans.
Sheriff Ray,
Aye.
Commissioner Roberts,
Approved.
District Attorney Stephan,
Aye.
Commissioner Villaforte.
Aye.
All right, Vice Chair, that motion passes with 13 yeses and 3 abstentions.
All right, thank you. Andrew, remember my proposal about the acknowledgement, the land acknowledgement was, did you say
I'm sorry.
as an item or?
Yeah, I think what I heard you say is was a proposal added as an agenda item?
Well, yeah, I had requested it about a week ago that it be an agenda item.
Right, it was not added as an agenda item. However, at the discretion of the chair, it could be an item that we have added to the agenda. If this commission would like to add it to the agenda, we could add it to the discussion item at the end of the meeting and take a vote to add it to next week's agenda to discuss.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, next we have number 12 is a discussion of community raised matters relating to the commission promoting positive human relations.
And this is the discussion item, Vice Chair, to allow for at least 15 minutes to discuss any items that may have came up during the public comment or any items that the commission would like to add to a future agenda that may have come up over the past time since we've had our last meeting.
Didn't we have a commissioner who said they wanted to bring an issue up at the end of the meeting? Maybe this would be the place that commissioner can bring up this item?
It is. It was Commissioner Perez, and we also have Commissioner Evans who has her hand up.
This is Commissioner Perez. Mine's more of an announcement, so if Commissioner Evans wishes to go first, that's fine.
I apologize. I didn't put my hand down from the last comment.
Okay,
thank you.
I'll proceed with my statement then. So a very important part of the mission statements of the Human Relations Commission, is to respect each other's differences and by the same token, hold people accountable for words and actions of hate. And we take the time to write letters against such actions. Not to be able to hold this commission's members accountable to these same standards is in direct conflict with its mission. It's both sad and disappointing. My volunteer time is valuable, and I want to donate to organizations that not only believe in, but truly follow their mission statements, their objectives. So as a result of the vote outcome of the special meeting held on June 9th, I've made the difficult decision to resign from this commission, effective October 22nd, at the completion of my 2-year commitment term. I just wanted to share that with commission members, and thank you for the support.
Thank you. Do you mean you're resigning from the commission effective now, or?
October 22nd, at the completion of my 2-year term.
I see. Thank you. All right.
Commissioner Perez. We actually have Commissioner Griffin Jones has her hand up as well.
All right.
Commissioner, I would like to thank Commissioner Perez for their comments and let them know as well. I'm also disappointed by our commission's vote, and I just support my fellow commissioner. I also wanted to make an announcement that in July, I'll be representing the United States in the World Games in the sport of sumo wrestling. So just asking the commission and folks who follow the commission to send good vibes me and my husband's way as we participate in the World Games.
Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear. Do you have like medals like the gold and bronze and so forth?
Hopefully I'll win, but if I don't, I'm still gonna come back to San Diego like a champ.
Yeah. Also, they do give medals out.
Yeah, they do.
So, well, I'm sure we all wish you the very best and you have a good time with at these World Games. Where is it being held at?
is held in Birmingham, Alabama. The next time it'll be in the US will be in 20 years.
All right, thank you. So my goodness, what time is it? It's 10:44. Good. Before we adjourn, then I'd like to bring up, I think it's important that we start every commission meeting, this is my proposal, with acknowledgement of the land that we stand on. A minute, a short minute presentation. Hopefully we could call upon Commissioner Santos to remind us whose land we stand on. In Canada, today is National Indigenous Day. And why I bring that up, though it's in Canada, I think you all know that just recently they uncovered the graves of thousands of children that were buried in, not only in Canada, in the United States, at some Catholic school and some government schools. And to find out that these thousands of children were killed and murdered at these schools. I know that we all realize the horrific history when it comes to, in Canada, the First Nation, as they're called, and in the United States, Native Americans, that I think it would behoove us to, every meeting we started off with acknowledgement of whose land we stand on. And so that is my proposal.
I would like to second that proposal to be, I'm sorry, do we have to second or make a motion for it to be added to next time? Or can we vote on it now?
I think, Andrew, that we would be voting on to put it on next meeting's agenda. Am I correct?
That's correct, but so we're all clear. The chair does have the discretion to add something to the agenda. So if there are no objections, I don't, or if folks do not object to that, then I believe we wouldn't necessarily need to put it on an item on the agenda for next meeting to vote to have it on the meeting. But I just want to confirm that with County Council.
All right, so we do have a motion. Do we have a second?
Seconded. This is.
I'm sorry, who is?
This is Commissioner Cinnamon Clark. I second it.
All right, thank you. So Andrew, you want to take a roll call?
Call the vote,
please.
Commissioner Anaya.
Before we do that, what are we voting on? Recognizing Canada?
No.
We're voting on, go ahead. What are we voting on?
Okay, what we're voting on is that at the beginning of every of our commission meeting, that we have a short acknowledgement of whose land we stand on.
Just to be the devil's advocate, would that be considered in any form or fashion of prayer?
Pardon?
I said, would that be considered a prayer in any form or fashion?
Oh, no. It would just be many government bodies and boards are beginning to do this. It's just acknowledging the land and the tribe and the Native Americans who were here before us in this region in San Diego.
Understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Commissioner Vice Chair Ramirez, if, just so I'm clear, if there are no objections to adding this to the agenda, then there doesn't need to be a vote to add this to next month's agenda to discuss. If there's no further discussion and and there are no objections, then we can just add it to the agenda and start having land acknowledgements on the agenda, starting next meeting.
All right, thank you.
Yep. And not seeing any other hands to discuss.
Shouldn't we, I would rather go to a vote at the next meeting rather than just putting it on the agenda as a done deal.
Oh, that's what we would be doing. There would be a vote on this proposal.
Okay, that's not what,
I thought it was being put on the agenda for discussion. It's not a done deal now,
Right.
okay.
which
so
I think there were no objections to that.
We can, I have no problem with putting it on the agenda, but I don't want it, I want it to be discussed, not accepted.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, that, I guess it will be put on the agenda and discussed.
Okay, so if that's the
will be
case,
discussed.
then we do need to call a vote to do that. So I will call the roll, and the motion is to put land acknowledgement on next month's agenda to discuss whether we put this on future agendas moving forward. All right. Commissioner Anaya,
Aye.
Commissioner Arton, Vice Chair Arton, Commissioner Chasen, Commissioner Clark, Kate Clark, Commissioner Cinnamon Clark,
Commissioner Cinnamon Clark, aye, and I have to drop at the top of the hour.
thank you. Commissioner De Los Rios, Commissioner Desert, Commissioner Elliott Santos, Commissioner Evans,
Aye.
Commissioner Farouk, Commissioner Fowler,
Aye.
Commissioner Garcias,
Aye.
Commissioner Gillies, Commissioner Griffin Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Hussain, Commissioner Hodges,
I abstain.
Commissioner Ismail,
Aye.
Commissioner Corey, Commissioner Legaspi, Vice Chair Murray Ramirez,
Aye.
Chair Nash, Commissioner Perez,
Aye.
Sheriff Ray,
Aye.
Commissioner Roberts,
Abstain.
District Attorney Summer Stephan,
Aye.
Commissioner Villaforte.
Aye.
And that we have, could we confirm, Naraz, how many members we have to make sure we still have enough for quorum for one, as well as we received 13 yeses and 2 abstentions.
All right, I don't see anything else on our agenda. Am I correct, Andrew?
You are correct, but we're just confirming that that motion passes. So if you give us a second to make sure we kept the accurate count for the folks in the room. So I think we might have had some folks drop off. So I want to make sure we have the accurate motion or the accurate count.
We have 16 in total.
That's 16 in total. Okay, that motion passes with 13 yeses.
All right, I want to thank all of you for your patience. I didn't get this call till this morning, and I really want to thank you, Andrew, for helping me along. I hope everyone has a great week. So we entertain a motion to adjourn.
All right, the meeting is adjourned. The next meeting again is in August. And we are taking off in July.
We're not having a special meeting in July?
We will likely not. If we do, we will let you know. But
Okay.
the plan is to send a letter like we did at the last time. And the 30 days was the time to meet was longer than 30 days. We were able to send a letter. So I want to confirm with County Council we can still do that. And if we can't, then we'll call a special meeting.
Perfect. Thank you for that clarification.
No problem. All right, take care, everyone.